let the Akai play back and let someone else play front.
I think you get a glue, maybe? Maybe glue for the XP.
Oh.
For RQ. Like, they need something, tankier for that for the XP lane here.
Yeah.
Or just think I want damage.
Someone annoying, like a Hilda, maybe in the EXP lane, if ever. Considering
like
it's
the Hilda.
Lance and a Farsa.
Could still be a Granger too.
What will RRQ ban in terms of the gold lane? Just take out the Granger, maybe.
I think just if they want a Hilda, leave the Granger. But if they don't, then ban it out.
Yeah, of course. One of the
really
surprise
good
picks.
Respect.
Yeah,
I like that.
Iksha. I feel like that's so such a pocket pick, you know? Like, Iksha
And there's no dive right now for RQ, so that could have been a seal the deal kind of moment for Aurora.
Yeah, good thing they didn't miss out on it. They could still eventually, end up getting the Granger later on for Aurora if they want a little bit more backline poke. It seems like all roads lead to like Hilda and, as you mentioned, maybe even potentially the glue. If they want to add a little bit more of a dive aspect with a bit more damage and set, they could even consider Lapu in the EXP. Yeah,
could still be another Cho Lapu end to the draft here.
Yeah, that too.
I think it's just a kind of decision. Like, do we want more damage to be able to also set things up, or do we want more kind of durability so the Akai just isn't the one that's kind of up in that front line and then taking the majority of that setup damage?
I think safe choice would be the Cho first, and then Aurora decide to go like Lapu or something else. If Aurora do go Lapu, then RQ get Esmeralda, get that winning lane too.
There it is.
There you go. So now it's up to Aurora. So Aurora go either Lapu or what are the XP are we thinking here? CC? Oh no.
CC.
If they go CC, then RQ go. No, they need a bit more damage.
Yeah, this is the difficult thing about Aurora right now. They have to choose the matchup. They're the ones determining it right now. That with the picks available, RQ could just answer to it well enough, not to essentially win it. I'd still want to see them consider something like a Badang, honestly. Yeah.
They go CC.
They still go for the damage.
Okay. CC, and then the last pick, gold lane.
Bruno.
Okay. Bruno, Farsa. Good chunks of damage. Lots of singular
There's
damage.
no stats for Bruno. He's been picked before, right?
Yeah. The reason, the reason they didn't want to go, so it is going to be the Badang against CC after seeing CC. I thought they needed more damage, but I guess they're just confident in that. But yeah, in case you guys are wondering why Bruno over Granger, that could have been a very easy Hilda XP pick.
Yeah. All right. I really honestly don't know what to expect. With all of the surprises that the group stage has brought, it is now down to one final game between RRQ and Aurora to determine which one of them will join Mythic Seal and Team Liquid in the knockout stages. Naisu, Mirko, break it down even more before we head into game number 3.
Thank you so much, Renmar. I like this. We now get a glimpse at the lineups once again for our viewers out there. You guys can let us know which team you think has the better composition, which team will go ahead and lock in at that spot into the knockout stage. Once again, it's me, Naisu, and Mirko to bring you the action, the very last game here for this best of 3. It's all going to come down to this because game 1, game 2 have been one-sided for each team. Now, what will happen here? Jumping into the land of dawn, it's game 3. Mirko, what do you think? You called a lot of these picks, that came through. And I gotta say, the Akai in the jungle versus the Lancelot, of course, from TNZ, who has had probably the best performances so far in this hero, and just overall in the jungle even for TNZ. How do you think that's gonna fare out?
The Lancelot's a really good pick for Aurora. For RQ, Mike, the big question for me is a Badang. It's going to be damage Badang. Apex 47 and E-Dog just going at it here in the mid lane. Rins with Lantern Flare will bring Apex back. Oh, it's going to be first blood. Rins, oh my lord! Out of mana just a bit, still gets it down. E-Dog with the Jiku, no. Rosa might have to flicker, and he does.
Hey, we've spent so much time talking about mid lane trio, or mid trios for a lot of the teams, and RQ, it's not as devastating as game 2, but they do get that first blood. They go ahead and get a minor lead. We'll take a look at the emblems real quick too. A lot of whole common emblems going on here, but also to be the case, this is one of the things I think with the Badang. What do we see here? Because he's running the Quantum Charge.
Yeah.
Build-wise is what more so probably damage, right?
That's the question. I don't know if he's going to go damage or if it's just a normal build. TNZ lifted up, Lantern Flare there, E-Dog with the Shunpu. And it'll be a quick escape for TNZ. Yeah, that's the question I have. Will Darren go damage? The emblem looks pretty normal.
Yeah.
This is what we see from Dyron a lot of times in ID.
Okay.
But we've never seen him go damage yet in ID.
Well, I think, you know, based on the way that we've seen Badangs play and stuff too, it's just more so like your setup potential, fist crack, fist break, oh, like that.
Dyron already locking Rosa down. This is why Onyx ID in the grand finals just banned Badang. Both teams respected Badang. Dyron on a signature pick gives RRQ a free neutral objective. Tsunami Slam over to Dyron. This could be a kill back. Dyron looking for the pin, able to get two there. Knocks him back. Sutsujin walking up two. He evades from a kill, and now it could be a kill back. Sutsujin with a heavy spin. Apex pinned down to the wall. Rins puts the light on him.
I was going to say, what a terrible way to die. Get locked down by a heavy spin from a panda and then get a lantern. Oh,
they're just too clean. Oh, you hear the war cries from RRQ here in the venue. Wow, they're pissed off after game one.
Yeah, it's heated, man. They're already. Once again, I was like, it wasn't as devastating as the previous game to start, but 3 minutes in, they find themselves 4 kills. A nice little bit of a lead in gold here. And Susujin having a great start. You know, 2-0 on an Akai. Yes, TNZ is going to be able to keep up, you know, farming-wise, XP and everything else, but the composition, oh, Tsunami Slam.
Edok should fall. Sigiboom gets the kill. Good shot. Sigiboom gets the Haas Claws too. That's an attempt from Toy to steal the gold crab away.
Yeah, I think this is going to have to be one of those cases, man, where, you know, for Aurora Gaming, they got to rely on Sigiboom again to be able to pop off. He did get this early kill. That's going to be great, but Rosa has been having a hell of a time, and usually we're expecting in the early game, you know, that Farsa to be the threat with this Feathered Airstrike. It was utilized, but that's something to be said. Even if a Farsa falls behind, one thing's for sure, a Feathered Airstrike is still a valuable ultimate to have, especially around objectives later on. So for RRQ, you know, they try to maintain what they can. Edok does have that flicker available, and like we saw previously, expect them go for the kicks. He's going to be pretty aggressive on this, and they're hyped up, man.
Some other teams are hyped up too. I believe we just heard the next team will be competing in the next match. Go crazy in the back there, but RRQ, yes, still in control, but Aurora have done a really good job at just stopping the lead from being too crazy. Tsunami Slam, reading Edok's move. Edok's still going to be taken down by TNZ there as he constantly just dashes on the minis in the mid lane with a puncture. Well, remember, Dyron with a big pin down there, but it's going to be a good escape as Rins is forced to use the Crimson Beacon. Dyron poked down as well. Aurora Gaming winning out Turtle to Toy, just farming up top.
Yep, good push from Toy. That's probably all they're going to get since this objective is going to be secured unless Susujin tries to get there.
Oh, heavy spin baited out. There you go. Yes, so he did land. Dyron caught in the bad spot now. Lunar chasing him down. Turtle 2 free.
Okay. Turtle 2's taken. It was work. There's a kick, though. Lunar.
That's going to be Apex jumping onto Susujin. Good curtain call on the Vengeance from Lunar to evade from a possible kill.
Okay. All this in the past couple minutes, man, has brought that little bit of lead that RQ had earlier on down to pretty much nothing. So you have equal objectives so far. RQ, though, I feel like got some decent gold in the hands of Toy. He was able to go ahead and push up quite a bit into that. But still, it's a macro play. No, whoa.
Bottom lane, a gank. Okay, Dyron survives.
We got thrown off there, but yeah, Dyron's going to be fine. He's still going to stay, though. Guess just to go ahead and grab this, clear this wave out so it's not pushed in, but meanwhile up top, Sigiboom been holding his own. He did have to pop the Purify, it looks like, for that, so still playing into that. And this is where we see both teams kind of get back into this settled position. Now they've traded objective, they've still working on the tier 1 turrets if they can, but ultimately they have to rely now on setup potential. Even looking at Aurora Gaming, they essentially have the same thing. The option of going in with the Tsunami Slam, we've seen it a lot from Apex 47, and that is going to be the exact play over here for RQ. Now, the other facet to that is Dyron has been the one that's very proactive on the Badang to go ahead and set things up. So you've got a couple options here. There is some pushing, though, from Aurora, even up towards that tier 2 now.
Yep. Good stuff from TNZ too on this Lancelot. So far, it's just been a trade, and I think for the trade, it's just equal here. So Lunar has been getting a lot of free farm, but they got a turret up top, and they were able to enable Toy to get to his item power spikes a bit quicker as TNZ will invade here. The big question for RQ is damage, right? Another tsunami slam into the burst. Edok falling again. Siggy Boom getting a second kill and a second item with the Berserker's Fury.
Yeah, picks up a big item for him. Again, Bruno still one of those heroes that just needs maybe maybe 3 items to go ahead and really be online. So now that he's got that little bit of extra damage, Dyron
1v1, Tyron with a flicker out. That's a Phantom Execution, dodging him from Thorn Rose too. Sutujin walking up, SOD, very close from landing. Sutujin already with the Retribution, but has to respect this as Apex cuts him off.
good try on that the spear there, but not going to happen. Tianzi will make his way to the turtle, so this looks like it's just going to go in the hands of Aurora Gaming. As Sutujin is zoned out from Lunar.
Yep.
It's going to be a little bit too late to that, so TNC secures the turtle. Conceal used. They force the fight.
Yep, that's a flicker over from Apex, finding Edok again. Oof. The Feather Airstrike coming down as Apex gets lifted to the air by Rins, but there is no threat. Aurora, 2K.
Interesting, man. Like how the adjustment has come to play from Aurora. Just, they held on, you know, they felt that the brute force from RQ early on. They're like, man, we can't let this happen again. Having flashbacks of game 2, and they've adjusted. So they're playing into that whole Apex 47. It goes in for the pickoffs. We make that happen every single time it's available. But also, Lunar has done a fantastic job at playing the macro game. You can see he's got the War Axe and the brute force now. He's actually going to be fine on his own, especially because he has a vengeance, right? No one's really going to single-handedly take down Lunar. Lunar can continue to put pressure around the map, so RQ has to be able to actually contain that. And that's why we've seen this shift where Dyron in the early portion of the game was a part of all these initiations. Now he has to kind of keep things in tow. The mid lane, though, Tianzi's going to take the purple buff. Look at this positioning here, though. You know,
wow.
He's got to get out of there, I think.
Yeah. RQ are now just banking on toys. Sutujin going to be engaged on, has a heavy spin, uses it, and gets away. But that's it, right? Like, RQ at this point, they really are just banking on Toy to get to the item power spikes and then to maybe carry the game. But Aurora have a loaded Bruno.
Yeah, I was going to say, the problem with that is, like, the Bruno is already there. And that's
and
always...
the Farsa.
Yeah, and the Farsa.
And the Lance.
And remember, Rosa struggled in the early game. But, as I said, the Feathered Airstrike is still valuable. Even if you're 0-4, that's one of the plus sides of having a Farsa. You can go ahead and set that artillery up for the team and work through that. So now, a Tsunami Slam going to be used.
Again, this time onto Dyron. Doesn't react in time. Apex gets the kill, and it actually baits out a flicker out from Dyron. Timing couldn't be better for Aurora. Look at that damage on Rins, too. Lord spawning in the game. Aurora should get this for free, and RQ, again, just forced to watch.
Yeah. Oh, heavy spin used.
One Lunar. That's a Vengeance, too. No damage. Again, Way the Dragon. They have a ton of CC, though, and that'll be enough to give... Oh, no, but Edok gets the kill.
Yeah, and oh, hold on. Still pressure under the turret?
Gets a few shots in. Rin's still standing. Tianzi? Oh, no, that might have been a mistake. Oh, it's going to cancel constantly, and Rins gets the kill.
Are they... I'm not sure why they stayed. They didn't have to go ahead and pressure that.
No reason.
They just gave that kill over to RQ there, even though they got the objective. That's great for them, but man, that is not a mistake you want to continue to make here. Aurora Gaming still holds on to a lead. They did a ton of work at getting in this position here. They don't want to throw it away like that, but RQ will look to punish and clear things out. Siggy Boom doesn't get the orange buff. He was working on it, but they're going to fight anyway.
There you go, another one. Dyron is dead again. Aurora with the constant pickoffs. And RQ are forced back. Despite the kill on Tianzi, they really just can't capitalize here. Yeah. Still waiting for Toy. Apex with another jump over to Sutujin. Rin still there with the Lantern Flare, and Moscov starting to hurt at least. But the world is doing the same. Oh, back and forth on the RQ members. Toy trying to clear. That's again a zoning skill 1 from Rosa.
Look at Siggy Boom. So confident. It has all the space in the world to work. That is going to be the Holy Shield being popped, though. So ultimately, that Lord, not too much. RQ is going to be fine to go ahead and clear things out. And Toy is pretty much online. I would say, you know, we got to start to see him convert some of that damage that he has now. Looking at the items, he's got the Trinity that he needs. He's going to be in a good position, and maybe gets the Wind of Nature, of course, next for that defensiveness. Earlier on, the Malefic Gun was picked up by Siggy Boom. So he's got great advantage. Look at the damage still from Rosa. This is the crazy thing about Farsa. Even going down 2 deaths early on, you're still at the top of the charts. Conceal's going to be used. Are they going to make a play?
Dyron in the back, finding a massive one on Rosa. Lantern Flare not there yet. E-Dog jumps in the back, and Toy just dismantles them. Sky Piercer built up by Rins. Dari with another pin down over to TNZ, forcing the Phantom execution. E-Dog with the Jiku no on the way to Dragon, finally getting picked over to Epix 47. The Thorn Rose there, but it is RRQ with now a stack on the Sky Piercer. TNZ with the Thorn Rose one more time. E-Dog over to Jiku no, able to get it onto TNZ, but there's no more follow-up here as Toy continues to pierce through. Phantom execution, pin down from Dyron again!
Oh, man! RRQ will fight back! Just when you thought Aurora Gaming had that lead that they wanted to, they come back, swing things forward.
They're so aware, and again, Naisu, Dyron on Badang, the game changer, the X factor.
Oh, and Dyron has dealt with getting Tsunami slammed multiple times, man. I feel like this one was a little personal as he goes in. You can see the Lord advantage that they had too. It was negative for Aurora. And so this was a great play, and I'm surprised still. They tried to clear this out and keep things going. Oh, bottom lane.
That should be a pick on Lunar. There's no one to help. He'll buy some time.
Maybe they can Lord.
No, they can't. It's a bit too quick. They have no burst on Lord, not instant. So free pick, and RQ have the advantage now.
Hey man, I was saying, you know, Toy having those items, he had the trinity of items that he needed. He came in, popped off, and it worked so well. Win of Nature's now for both of the gold laners. They're gonna need it here, but big thing is RQ playing the advantage around Dyron. And that seems to be the hard part. Rins, too, has done a phenomenal job at using that beacon, using the flares down to give space to RQ. Now they're going to take control of this. They already get the feathered airstrike down, too, so this should be an easier Lord for them to take, unless Apex jumps
zoning. Okay, Tsunami Slam over. That should be a free retreat. Dyron still able to escape as that's the Phantom execution defensively. Free take.
Free take. They get that feathered airstrike down, and they're confident enough to go ahead and continue on. So now they're up to this point, RQ, but this is a conceal from Aurora. What's Apex 47 want to do here? They just want to fast clear this Lord out.
Yeah, they do. But RQ, read this. Look at the move of E-Doc on the side. Look at the Jikundo. Might be able to find out. Apex does do it. Wave the Dragon Toy. Gets the damage down and the instant execute with the Sky Piercer on him.
Oh. They might look for more. Lord's still up here. They got to clear this out. They still have Sigaboom, but down at one member. What more are they going to lose here? E-Dog takes a couple shots.
Damage.
Yeah, they'll burn on down, but the Lord finally worked on. This might be all that RQ gets, but they are clawing back towards this game. They've gotten themselves in a good position here. TNZ, though, not sure if he's actually... Yeah, he'll just be forced out of the jungle here. Susujin might jump forward onto this turret.
Wow. Almost well played there.
Yeah.
You know, the chain CC was almost there, but TNZ got away with a puncture away from the heavy spin that could have pinned him down.
These fights are so interesting because some of them are almost like a feint. Like some of the fights, some of the ultimates that on both sides allow them to go in for these, I'm going to initiate, but then they pull off and then they go back and forth here. And now we're getting into the territory where you're going to play into some of the immortalities coming up. Of course, still the defensive items like the Wind of Nature, as we mentioned. E-Dog has been on the hunt all game, man. He's been doing a really good job at finding the setups and kicking it into Toy. A lot of times, he's able to just go ahead and kick it towards the right members of RQ. Essentially, they still have to respect what our Aurora Gaming have, though. You can see economically, you know, the gold lean isn't going to be too crazy like we've seen from the previous 2 games. So it's more so down to managing the macro. But as we said through this meta, it's like, how is the micro for both of these teams? How can they go ahead and solidify an advantage into a team fight? That's one of the biggest things here for both of them. Taking a look at the items, you can see the plays here. You got a bit of an advantage in the mid lane, but like I said, for Rosa, just build up on that damage.
And the Moskov, the man they've been banking on from the start of the game, is now fully built up. Even the Rombus, everybody getting them. Helping the Mr. Man E-Doc out with some golden XP.
Oh, this is good.
E-Doc.
Conceal going to be used. Apex.
Wait, Dragon pinning him down again, but Tsunami Slam actually comes in, so they were able to cancel it out. For the airstrike of the Rins. Now, Jin with a pin down now with a heavy spin as well. Siggy Boom! All alone, isolated by the Panda. Badang gets the knockout punch, and RQ 10 seconds away from the Lord, get the marksman.
What a target. The perfect target for RQ to get. They find Sigiboom. This is going to be a Lord for them to take. I don't know if there's anything that Aurora can do unless they try to pull something fancy here. Darren's going to go ahead and post up. You can see how fast they're blitzing it. They go with the conceal anyway.
Yep. They have to try. Rosa already wings by wings. This is going to be free.
Yeah.
Without Sigiboom, there's absolutely no chance that they have a shot at winning a team fight.
Oof, tough place to be in now for Aurora Gaming. This lineup that they have, once Sigiboom's up, they could still be in a good position again to go ahead and go for a defense. They hold on to the base turrets, RRQ as well. This is about as close as it's been throughout our series today between these two teams, fighting for that knockout stage spot to move forward. And right now, it's leaning towards RRQ. A good push in with this Lord could get them the win. Rosa?
Uh-oh, flicker already used by Rosa. The SOD doesn't land, but Edon has the way of the dragon. Rosa all alone. The way of the dragon, and Rins is right there to pick up another Sky Piercer. Rins is unstoppable, 5-0. No Farsa?
No Farsa for the defense is what I'm thinking, Mirko. This is so unfortunate for Aurora Gaming. Still 30 seconds away.
Dari gets a fist crack over to Sigiboom. Now with Ikundo as well. Lantern Flare not there, but finally gets it down. Another Sky Piercer for Rins. And now with a heavy spin, RRQ with the war cry as they reverse Aurora Turkey.
And RRQ